Kuwait, being an economy which is highly dependent on oil and oil production and oil prices, it is highly correlated with the energy markets. We expect this year the Kuwait economy to grow between 2.5% to 3%. Again, we have to look at it in the overall international context that the world economy is expected to grow at around 3 to 4%. So we are looking at a new normal in which the economic growth will be not as much as it used to be in the last, let's say, 10 years. But overall, we feel that the non-oil economic growth is going to outperform the economic growth, oil economic growth. We are seeing OPEC having done production cuts in order to stabilize the oil prices, and Kuwait will be sort of adhering to those cuts. So that will have an effect on the real GDP growth. Kuwait being, again, as I said, a highly energy dependent economy. So we expect the economic growth to be stable between, let's say, 2.5 to 3%. Again, it all depends on how the oil markets behave. We expect oil prices to be in the range of $50 to $60 a barrel, which is good, keeping in mind that the break-even price of Kuwait is among the lowest in the GCC region. So the kind of budgetary support that the oil prices can give, it provides a cushion to the economy. So we feel that there is scope for the growth in non-oil sector, but overall for 2017, keeping in mind whatever we have seen, the oil prices, oil production, non-oil growth, the economy is going to be in that range. It hugely depends on the government's sort of investments in the non-oil sector and the kind of platform the government is creating for the non-oil sector to perform, because there are two major challenges which continues. Is number one is diversification of the economy. So if you look at either the GDP composition or the exports composition of Kuwait, it is dominated by energy. So majority of the exports is energy, and majority of the GDP is energy. So there is a huge need to diversify the economy, because we have seen the oil prices can go lower, we might have to cut production. So there is a non-oil sector which needs to be ramped up so that we have a diversified economy, a broad-based economy, so as to say. And second thing is that due to the demographic profile of Kuwait, we need to create jobs. There is a huge young population, 50% below the age of 25, which is ready to come into the workforce. And the government has to prop up the private non-oil sector, which is a creator of the jobs for these young men and women who are ready to come into the workforce in the next 5 to 10 years. So non-oil economy, whether it's financial services, whether it's telecom, services, industrial, and the most important is small and medium enterprises. And there has been a thrust on the part of government in order to grow the SME sector, because we have seen across the world, whether it's developed markets or emerging markets, SMEs are the biggest job creators. So that's where the thrust is of the government, and I'm sure it will continue in near future as well.